Hey guys, it's Devin. In a couple of previous videos, I talked about a new barrel that I purchased for my Tika T3X TAC rifle and showed a video on removal of the old factory barrel. And so now I thought it'd be interesting, or hopefully you'll have to decide that, to show you putting my action on the new barrel and what I do in that process. So here we go. It won't take long. So see if I can move this camera down where you can see what's going on. All right, I'm using a Short Action Customs barrel vise. Again, I'm not sponsored by anybody. It's just I have found this one to be great. I like the vise that you just have a bolt on one side. It makes it so much easier than trying to take two bolts down in the same amount each time. This thing is great. It's not a whole lot more than the 2-bolt version and way easier. So here's the barrel. I have put a little anti-seize lubricant on there. You don't have to go crazy, but this helps prevent any galling on the threads, as well as if you take this barrel off and want to do something else with it. In fact, sometimes it's just really easier to headspace as this barrel breaks in to headspace the barrel off, and it's really not that difficult to take it on and off. So there we are, the barrel set up, tie it in the vise. Here's the action. It's just the Tika action, which really is quite a nice action. So if you've got a Tika rifle sitting around there and you've shot out the barrel, or like in my case, you wanted a couple of different options, I highly recommend reusing this action. It's a nice trigger. The bolt moves very nicely. And for a factory rifle, it's about as good as it gets. So you just screw the action on here, snug it up. When I'm setting up my barrel in the vise, I hand tighten this on before I've put the anti-seize or anything like that, so that I end up with the chamber, I guess, or when I'm snug up against the chamber, I end up with the bottom of the action up top. And I'll show you why I do that here in a minute. Short Action Customs also makes a modular action wrench. So if you've got several rifles, this is a great way to go. You just change out, I'll show you real quick, change out these end pieces. They've got a little sheet that tells you what you need for each rifle. Each one of these end pieces is a whole lot cheaper than if you bought an internal action wrench for each one of these. So anyway, it's a number 5 for the Tika. So we're going to put this in, and you've got to line it up just like as if you were putting the bolt in there. There we go. Slide it all the way until it stops, but you're not forcing it or anything. I'm going to go ahead and torque my barrel to 80 foot-pounds. It's a great debate on the internet as to what it should be, but I think 80 is going to work well for me. I've already got the wrench set up on 80. In fact, it's as high as this one will go. So if I wanted more torque, I would have to go buy another torque wrench, which wouldn't be the end of the world. All right, check it one more time. That sounds like 80 foot-pounds. So at this point, it's just like your bolt. You need to do your bolt release to be able to pull out this action wrench. Now, let's put our bolt in and make sure everything's all right. So it's upside down, so it's seemingly a little different. But what we need to do now is check the headspace, and this is a very important step. So you're going to want to set a go, no-go gauges for whatever rifle you're doing. So this is why I like it upside down. Oh, well, you can still drop your gauge, evidently. But if it's upside down, you can just set the gauge in there, slide it forward, bring our bolt, and we want to make sure it can close on that without a lot of, you don't want it to be hard. You want it to feel like your rifle normally feels. And that is working fine. Now, I've pulled the ejector out of this bolt for a whole nother reason. So it's not going to spit that out at me, but you have to be careful if your ejector's still in. Now, you may not be able to see that, but I cannot close the bolt. And this is the no-go gauge, which is exactly what you want. You want to be able to close the bolt, everything feels normal on the go gauge, and not be able to close the bolt on the no-go. So that's all there really is to putting a new barrel on your action. If you've got the right tools, it's just as simple as can be. I'm going to go ahead and off camera pull this out of here, put the gun back together, and just show you the finished product. So I'll see you back in just a minute. Well, there you go. That's the finished product. I think it looks pretty nice. Got a Q jumbo shrimp suppressor on there. Night Force Attacker 7-35 scope. So it's now time to head out to the range and break this thing in. So hopefully it's going to be everything I want. Let's see if you can see me. There we go. That's scary. So anyway, I hope that everyone has a great day, and I appreciate you watching. See you out at the range.